our three girls. We live near Stokes Bay, 5 k's from the best beach in Australia, voted by one guy, according to him, but we think it's fantastic. So no bias, but yeah, we're trying to get less people to go there so we have the beach to ourselves. But it is spectacular. And we've got a farm southeast of Pandana as well. So Pandana property has about 600 mils of rainfall, sandy loam soils. Stokes Bay is non-wetting sand, 500 mils. So there are contrasting properties. Before the fires, we were farming as 3 families, so Will's mum and dad and Will's brother. In the 2020 fires, we were badly burnt. We lost 4,000 sheep, mother-in-law's house burnt, 60 head of cattle, 70 k's of fencing. So I guess we were quite liquidated at that point in time. And the 2 brothers were kind of getting older and ready to part ways. So I guess it was a good opportunity to separate. It's actually been really good succession. Everyone left really happy. Family values are really strong in our family. Like, that's all Richard and Kate care about. So with the fire, a lot of, trauma, and succession. So Will decided that he no longer wants to go cropping, and so we've got rid of all of our cropping machinery, completely out of cropping, and just focusing on cattle. So now cattle is our main focus. So we're, instead of chasing multiple rabbits, we're just chasing the one, and just give you, it's just trying to get that right lifestyle work balance. So with the fire, we obviously lost a lot of fencing, and so in the end we've put a new boundary fence around the external perimeter of the property and have strategic internal fencing to run our hot wires. We use polybraid and a Munro fence boss to put the fencing up. Dick Richardson has been, a guide in what we're doing, but we kind of use, there's lots of experts out there and different opinions. We base it on what Dick tells us, but then we kind of manipulate it as well. So we were doing 3 to 5 daily shifts, but as of November last year, we went to daily shifts, and that's just transformed the property. We were told our stocking rate should be about 10 DSC. We were running 5, so we've bumped it up, but right now we're running about 15 DSC. So simply by doing those high density grazing, we've actually managed to transform that property. Not sure 15 is sustainable. I think we've got to back off a little bit, but we're just showing that it has improved our stocking rate. So that pictures of, I had to shift the cattle one day, there's actually a hot wire set up ready behind them to go again. So this is the job, the machine that does the job. So it's just your normal motorbike, and the fence wrapper winds it up, and so you just put the pegs in and cattle graze it, and then it's amazing how these animals can respect one single line of wire. It's pretty cool. So grazing plan, so because we've got the 2 properties, so I should go back. The property at Stokes Bay, we do graze daily, whereas the southern property at Pandana, we graze probably more than 3 times a week, just from logistics. Going forward, ideally we'd have the virtual collars to be able to manage those stock and do the daily moves, but this is where we are right now. So husband Will sits down and does a bit of a grazing plan, knowing where they're going to go, and can kind of work back. If we're going on holidays, we'll actually give them, the cows go on holidays too, so we just give them a lot more area to graze, rather than having to have someone there to do it all. This is the part that I come in, so I'm an agronomist, and so I love perennial pastures. I think they make life a lot easier. You've got that feed wedge that gets going really early this season, so phalaris on your heavier soils, belt grass on our sandy soils. The veld is a bit of a funny one because it is a bit allelopathic, so it can detract from stuff growing around it, but having nothing growing, or silvergrass and cakeweed growing, I'd rather have veld grass growing there. I have plantain, kikuyu is okay, but once again, it's a soil cover, and clover is king. Historically, we've been using BioAg, which is a colloidal rock phosphate, but we had a AKI conference, and it got me thinking, because we're just growing cattle, if you export one steer or one 500 kilo animal off your property per hectare, that's exporting 1.2 kilos of phosphorus per hectare. So why do we need to be putting out, 15, 16 kilos of phosphorus per hectare per year? It's just like, really, if you've got everything, if your soils are protected from erosion, from wind erosion, water erosion, you've got your grazing management, 1 kilo should be enough to suffice, so long, and because we've got a bit of a bank there. So going forward, we're probably going to be using more of a micronized guano, just 1 kilo of P per hectare, and using the SAP test to try and be more strategic about what we need, whether we need calcium, boron, zinc, definitely need selenium, and those other nutrients. So that will go out in autumn, and with a Toenfert. And we have been brewing microbes strategically. So we put in a new pasture in April this year and absolutely getting smashed by conical snails. And so I had a chat with Nashi and other people and come up with the idea. We actually ended up baiting for the snails because they were taking out the clover, but brewing up some mycophores, which has got a blend of Bavaria, Metarhizium, and that one. And so it's actually worked. Like, I initially sprayed it out and nothing happened, but with 6 weeks later, I went back out there and you'd pick a snail up and squish it and it was dead. And then it was probably about a 90% kill. I was really surprised and quite excited to see that having worked. So the key is to have moisture though. There's no point spraying something like that out and it dehydrates. You've got to have moist conditions. So I was just writing down notes before. We've got some more at home some more of that mycophores, and also definitely 2 paddocks that need to be done. So I think in the next few weeks, while there's still moisture around, to do it ready for next year. And it does slugs as well. So that's, I'm pretty excited by stuff like that. It's pretty cool. 2021, we had a go at brewing biofertilizers, very family friendly, got a bit of milk powder going in, the kids helping. And I think it's good fun making it, but trying to filter it out and put it through the seeder, put it out, it was just really a lot of time and process. So we're still using the batch mixer over in the other side, but a bit like, Tom, we're actually just doing trace element mixes with that and putting it out. So the biofertilizer did work quite well, great response, but I guess you've got to weigh up your time and effort, and sometimes things are just, finding an easier way of doing it. And on the left-hand side there, we've got some soil that's really tight. As you can see, there's not much airspace, but by 2023, we've got a lot of porosity in that top layer there. So, and I guess fortunately for KI, we do have good rainfall. We've had a great year this year. Season broke on the 27th of March. And so we've had some, great transformation. Biology just love moisture. And some pretty pictures that my husband took ready for this presentation. So thank you very much.